And greetings to everyone. Welcome back. November 1st. Here we go. This is the month we've all been waiting for, to hear what the Fed is going to say about whatever they're going to do. Let's do it. And here we are, raring and ready to go, back on a Monday, November 1st. So everything has come down to this week as far as the last, 3-4 months. They're all talking about what is the Fed going to do as far as their tapering schedule that they have going forward. President needs to nominate a new or the same Fed chair, Fed president, Fed chair president. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens, but let's see what we have. Markets are up this morning. I'm going to start with this story right here. So this is just basically a summation of what's going on this week. This was actually a very, very well-written article. You can see how much I highlighted in here. I was highlighting, and then I was like, man, I highlighted a lot, but I'm not going to go and unhighlight. So here we go. Federal Reserve decision, October jobs report that comes out on Friday. I'm sure that'll be a wonderful report. And here we go. So the Fed Reserve's forthcoming monetary policy will be in focus this week and may set the stage for the long-awaited announcement of asset purchase tapering. Also, the jobs report will come out later this month. The Fed Open Market Committee, FOMC, November will take place Tuesday and Wednesday. So this happens once a month, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, at some point in the month. Tuesday, they're going to discuss things. Tuesday is going to be a very, 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 very boring day in the market. I'm telling you right now. Wednesday is going to be a very boring day until about 2 o'clock. Everything's going to start to get a little bit of turbulent right around 2 o'clock. And then Jerome Powell is going to speak. And only Lord knows what happens from there. But usually when he speaks, good things do not happen. But hey, for the past year and a half, the central bank has been purchasing $120 billion per month in mortgage-backed securities and treasuries as a major tool to stimulate the economy during the pandemic. The announcement of he has said multiple times that we're going to start tapering in November, and we're going to finish that tapering process, that 120 billion, by the middle of next year. Sorry. The upcoming FOMC meeting will be important for 3 reasons, according to Michelle Mayer, who's a Bank of America economist. 1, the announcement of tapering. 2, the guidance of what tapering means and the path of hikes. and the nuanced changes in views of it, inflation, risks, and data. So don't forget, guys, inflation's still out there and it is crazy. I've just been looking at prices of everything. Oh my gosh. I mean, I went to Walmart yesterday to buy like cleaning products and stuff. My gosh, it was so freaking expensive. But hey, whatever. Powell may use the press conference to reiterate by the end of tapering that the end of tapering would not necessarily indicate the beginning of the rate hikes, which people are in fear of. The timing, he said, the timing and the pace coming for the reduction in asset purchases will not be intended to carry a direct signal regarding of a rate liftoff. Likely to wait till next year. Let's see what she said here. This person, Kathy Jones from Charles Schwab, she actually makes some valid points every now and then. I think the Fed is pretty well determined to start the taper pretty quickly. We expect them to announce it this week, and then start to taper it soon after. And that is pretty much carved into stone. Then we're going to start the rate hike debate. So I always say to you guys, it goes from one story to the next, to the next, to the next. This is going to be the story. And when they start tapering, it's going to be, okay, when are we ending tapering? When's the 120 billion going to be done? Then it's going to say, okay, 120 billion is done. Now what are we going to do with rates? It's always one thing to the next thing. So economists are looking to see the jobs coming in. You guys know, like I've said for many months, I don't even talk about the jobless claims on Thursday anymore because they're dumb. If you're not looking for a job, you're not included in this. So you're going to talk about the joblessness. How are you going to have 194,000 jobs coming in last month when you were expecting to have like 350,000 or whatever it was, and then your unemployment rate drops? I mean, come on, be realistic here. We all see how many jobs are out there that need to be filled. It's nonsense. Okay, Christopher. Daddy Fed, please help AT&T. Inflation is transitory. I do agree. JK. Well, I guess I have to agree. Inflation is transitory because they never said what it is. So inflation being transitory for a decade is technically transitory. So Biden's pick for Fed chair is expected soon, says Janet Yellen. So somebody spoke to Janet Yellen on her plane. Well, not her plane, the government's plane, our plane, on over the weekend. And she said that Jerome Powell is, well, she didn't say this, but people are saying that Jerome Powell is widely favored to win a reappointment from the president, who will probably reappoint. I'm going to assume it's going to be this coming weekend, because he's in Europe or something right now. I don't really know. I think Powell has acquired the reputation so what she said is, we need somebody who is going to be experienced and credible. She said, I think that Jerome Powell has acquired that reputation, but there are other candidates that have too. If the markets are upset because they think that the person isn't credible, then that's a person who shouldn't be appointed. The president should appoint someone who is experienced and credible. Okay. According to predictit.org, Jerome Powell is expected to win by 70% for what it's worth. The leader the person in second place right now is Lyle Brainerd. She's a Fed governor right now. She's rather, I don't know how to say this. She really believes in the modern monetary theory and whatnot. So Lyle Brainerd is seen as somewhat a more dovish economist, whatever, than Powell, in part for her push to retain super easy monetary policy until there's progress towards the recovery and employment. Okay, she wants to spend a lot of money. That's what it comes down to. Why are we sugarcoating this? Goldman Sachs finds a new way to invest and lets you guys invest in SPACs. You guys want to invest in SPACs? They're making it easy for you. Actually, it's just for institutions, but you can do it through your institution. The product is a structured 2-year bond that pays interest and gives investors exposure to SPACs without owning them. So if you thought that the market couldn't get any crazier, it's about to get crazier. It could appeal to institutional investors who want regular income through a SPAC. The companies that go up 100% in a day and then come down 100% in a day are the ones that you want to, well, it can't really come down 100%, 99% in a day. That's where you're going to get your quote unquote regular income from. Wonderful. Investors also receive a payout based on the SPAC's stock performance at the end of 2 years, because I guess they're closed-end funds. If they're willing to take on more risk, they can use leverage. That's wonderful. The boom in the SPAC market, look at this. The size of the SPAC market last month was $137.4 billion. 2 years ago, the whole year was $13.6 billion. SPACs sponsored by Goldman Sachs are excluded because of conflict of interest. Then it comes down to this. I'm not even going to talk about this, but there's a big conflict of interest going on in there. So have fun with that. Go get you some regular income from SPACs, baby. I just wrote all over my hand. American Airlines reveals what we will do about look at the, I'm at lack of a word on so many of these stories because they just keep reading them over and over, and I just keep thinking to myself in the back of my head, how is every single thing that we read here every morning, and I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just reading the freaking news. I don't have any control over this. I can't help it that they don't put out nice news stories, but every single thing is bad in this economy, or it's unknown and we don't know what's happening. But the stock market just keeps going higher and higher. American Airlines canceled 14.3% of its flights on Thursday, in large part because it was unable to find staff to carry out operations. But don't worry, guys, unemployment's coming down. Staffing problems were most acute in the flight attending category. The airline canceled an astounding 1,623 flights since Friday. If you're traveling this holiday season, get ready for delays and whatnot. America's labor shortage, after all the aftershocks associated with it getting worse, and is an unappreciated earnings risk headed into 2022. The labor shortage is hurting sales as restaurants can't stay open if there's not somebody to make the food and serve the food and cash out the food. So these are the CEOs. I'm not even reading these. They were just a bunch of hubbub, but that's that. Okay, last story, my favorite. This is phenomenal. I love Elon Musk. I just love the man. So the UN came out over the weekend. David Beasley, he's the director of the UN's World Food Program, May. I'm just kidding. I know how you Europeans spell it. So what he said, they said, we need billionaires to step up now. He specifically noted Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Those are the two richest men in the world. He said just $6 billion could keep 42 million people from dying. Musk wrote a tweet and said, if he can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now to do it. What an amazing human being. Just an amazing human being. He said on Twitter that levy on a billionaire wealth could only make a small dent towards paying off the national debt. Now he's going into this, arguing that the focus should be on government spending. Absolutely. Musk also said a billionaire tax would just be the start of taxing merely the wealthy. But just a wonderful person. This story was taken out of context. I'm just reading the story that came from the news. If you want to challenge the author about fake news, I'm not digging into what he has to say about this, but I'm telling you what, Elon Musk is just the best. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, yields are coming down. I haven't seen this morning. That was only over the weekend. When we go to this week, we got a lot of earnings: 97, 272, 348, 431, and then 62. So that's a lot of earnings this week. Pay attention, please. You guys have seen what happens. I know a lot of you are invested in this. What else? Trivago, Clorox, Tanger, Zoom Info. So there's a lot of things in here. Tomorrow's Pfizer. I know a lot of you are in that. T-Mobile, Zillow, BP reports tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm sure is BP before the bell? They're always before the bell. Roku. Your TV service, one and only TV service in the world. If you don't know what TV streaming is, like where you put it on your television and it goes through the air and magically pops on your TV, there's only one service in the whole world that does any disruption on it, and the company is called Roku, R-O-K-U. So Clovis Oncology, they are another one. Baba earnings, when is Baba reporting? I don't know. You guys tell me. You can just Google it right now. Baba earnings date. November 4th. There you go, November 4th. Oh, this is another story I wanted to read while we were at it. Intel is preparing for a painful turnaround. This is from Guru Focus. So I was talking about this with Paul this morning at like 7:30, and I can't believe that, well, he has breakfast this morning, but that's why. So I was going to say Paul's not usually up that early. But we were talking about it this morning, and people are saying that it's going to be a rocky road ahead for Intel. Yeah, it is. But the main focus that so many people are talking about with Intel is everybody's saying they need to take over the number one market share. They got to be number one in the market. They got to be Why? Why do you have to be a company that's number one in your market to be a great company? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You don't have to be the top dog to be a great company. Okay, so AMD and Taiwan Semiconductors go be number one, and Intel's number three. Okay, so they can't be a great company and make money and do every single thing right because they're not number one? So that's like going and saying, well, eBay's a crappy company. They're not the same as Amazon. They're not as big as Amazon. Okay. Give me other software people that give me comparisons. You want to just keep Target and Walmart. Don't invest in Target. Walmart's number one. Target's I almost swore. Target's a crappy company. Okay. Don't invest in Toyota. Honda's better. Honda makes a little bit more money. Toyota's worthless. Okay. Sounds good. We need to start thinking a little bit more intelligently here. You don't need to be number one to be a good company. So, yeah. Chait, this is gurufocus.com. Gurufocus.com. All right. And pricing. Pricing has gone up this month to join the software. So if you want to join our software, here's our homepage. Wonderful homepage. Tons of news on here. Janet Yellen says the economy is not overheating. No kidding, lady. 8 pillars, retirement calculator, stock analyzer tool, exclusive video content, 8-pillar portfolio, which is basically building your own exchange. And then, of course, you're going to get this stuff to follow. So if you want to join and get access to all of that, that's yellow. $29 a month now because it went up today. $29 a month gets you that. You're locked into this price forever. If you want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, that's trading with me, $79 a month. Right now, you get all of the software that I just talked about, plus you get exclusive access to me, to the Bid and Ask Nation, to all my training videos, Employed Trader series, which we have a couple of stocks that are about to get going there in the Employed Trader series. I do monthly seminars once a month. So this month, actually, I'm going to do on this Saturday, 9:30 in the morning, this Saturday. I love you guys so much that I'm going to give you my Saturdays too. So there you go. Paul Super Shorts, $500 a month gets you into that exclusive tier, about 40 people, me and Paul talking. If you want to do a one-on-one Zoom session, $750 for 1 hour. You get to talk about whatever you want with me. A lot of people that come in, though, we focus on trading and options, and we really nail that out. So if you're an experienced trader, I had one last week. He was a pretty experienced guy, and he just wanted to nail out the kinks, and he's doing very well now. He was messaging me over the weekend. Or if you are a brand new person, you want to get off on the right foot, that too. I've always said, so I play golf, but I used to play baseball. So in baseball, you're throwing your hips forward. In golf, your hips have to go the opposite direction. So I picked up all these bad habits, and now golf is very difficult for me because my body mechanics just naturally go the way that I did it for basically my whole life. So instead of getting off on the wrong foot, start on the right foot. Same thing with anything you do in life, but trading especially. Don't come in and start looking at all these weird patterns. Keep it simple, stupid. $10,000 gets you a 4-hour session with Paul to do a real estate deal, and it'll be good. And you'll be able to not overpay on a property that you don't need to. So send me some stocks. We'll hit them right now, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna wait for taper to start. I don't any more selling. I don't know. Go bees. I don't know what that means. Balled on Intel and Lockheed Martin last week. A great Sandlot reference. You're welcome. Somebody caught it. All right, let's get some stuff done. Do Tesla. Okay, I'll do Tesla. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna pull up a line chart. Okay, so they created a W formation. A little over $1,000. See, I like that we had the run up, but I like that we had this little pullback in here too. These couple days of nothing. So it's going to jump up again today. We'll see. With all of these, with these big like these kind of flagpole patterns, I do expect it to pull back here to around $1,000. If not, come back down here and fill this gap around 920. So remember, everything that came out for Tesla was news based on a bankrupt company buying cars. And Elon even said it. He said, we don't have a demand problem. We have a production problem. He said, I don't understand the change in valuation. All right, Facebook. You mean Meta Book? JK. All right, let's see what Facebook's doing. So, bottoming out, sitting at the 200-day moving average. This is a good looking swing trade. Anybody in the bid and ask, somebody tag me and say Facebook swing trade. Just put it in the general chat and the individual chat. And this is looking really good. If we can just get this thing to pop up just like I drew, good buying volume coming in. If we can just push through that 25-day moving average, I bet you this stochastic moves into the sweet spot. As far as long term though, I would just don't do anything with it. I would focus on this on a more of a short-term basis. What else do we have? Meta. Bristol Myers, Will. I told you I would do that one for you. Bristol Myers. So, Luckin Coffee, Andrew, my man. So, Bristol Myers, it is doing a little bit of a sweet spot reversal here on the daily. You're getting good buying volume coming in. Just keep watching it. If you get an engulfing candlestick like this today, go ahead and buy it. You're absolutely fine doing that because this will bust through. You're getting good volume. Yeah, this is looking really good. So if you want to do a swing trade on it, you can absolutely do that. Let's do Luckin Coffee. So if you that don't know, Luckin Coffee was a stock back in the day that was supposed to be the next biggest competitor of Starbucks. They were going to be the ones that were going to take out Starbucks. So they had nothing. They went crazy. They went to $52 a share or something. And then they came back down and you notice this happened within a matter of like 2 months. So all of their numbers were fraudulent. All of their revenues, profits, everything was just fraudulent. So that's what happens when you buy certain companies in China. But right now they're, $14 a share. So they used to be an S&P company. Now they're over the counter. So they're in the exchange with less regulations for the time being. But you're gonna probably bounce down here off your 100 and then bounce back up. You'll notice if you drop down to your 100, this will probably come down here and swoop right back up for you. So if you want to do a swing trade on it, you can. Just be careful. The volume is relatively low for a very notorious company. But yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people, yep, it used to be LK. It used to be LK. I lost money on Luckin. A lot of people lost money on Luckin. My dad lost money on Luckin. I'll be honest with you. We still hold Luckin in one of our portfolios, and we're using it for a year where we have large gains, and we're just going to sell it at a loss and take the tax benefits against it. Let's see. Somebody asked me a question that I just wanted to ask. Oh, Mang. Somebody sent me a good one this weekend. So instead of it being the Fangs, now it's going to be the Mangs. But I was thinking it could be, well, I wasn't thinking. It could be Meta. So that's one. Apple, Amazon, MAA, Netflix, and then G is Google. But we can just put capital G and then lowercase o. So it could be the Mango stocks. That was a good one. I like that. They should be called the Mango. Somebody should email CNBC. MAANGO. Mango. I like it. All right. Back to business. Can we do NEO? Oh, NEO's falling apart this morning, I heard. Oh, never mind. It's only down $1. All right. I thought it was getting hit really badly. They missed on their deliveries by 65%, I read. So if this actually does turn, this is just going to fall back here on you. You know what? To be honest with you, I would short this on a 15-minute chart because it's going to open up down here today. And then tomorrow, if it does this, you can go ahead and short it on a daily chart. But what I would do is, I think I would do whatever you call it, what did I just say in the beginning? 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. Lucid, sure. Wait, I don't know why I keep looking at this one. LCID. I don't really know what to tell you here. It's going to pull back. This is what it's going to do. It's going to skyrocket up here because they delivered one car, and it's going to come all the way back down here. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. Once this volume right here comes back down to this volume, it's going to fall apart on you. I'm telling you. I do love mangoes, that's for sure. All right, Microsoft. Microsoft is getting up there again. Let's see what we have with a line chart. So I do probably expect Microsoft to come back down to this 310 area unless they get some kind of pullback and create a W. Good volume. Everything's looking really good on it. Yeah, it's fine. And if you start to get some kind of teeter over like you did over here, I would take profits on it at some point. ATVI. Is this Activision Blizzard? Lucid is a tech company. Lucid is actually a restaurant company. So I was watching a video of their, and you guys won't believe this is breaking news. I mean, I'm ahead of the curve right here. I was watching a video of inside of their factory. Their cafeteria is awesome. I mean, they're going to break into the restaurant business right now. Listen to where you heard it first. Lucid is a restaurant company. I am telling you right now. There's going to be Lucid restaurants all over this country. So if you're somebody that loves disruption, once supply shortages are over, screw cars. Restaurants are where it's at for Lucid. So Activision Blizzard. What do we got here? ATVI. So if you want to short this thing, I would just wait until you get an engulfing candlestick like that. Make sure it holds a 25-day moving average, and boom, you can go for it. But I just noticed something. Earnings are tomorrow. Be careful. Difference between taking profits versus entering a short position. Well, taking profits means selling the shares. I'm not telling you to go short on anything. Space, SPCE. You got it. Let's see here. This is the company that went to the moon, and then their stock actually did not go to the moon. Don't worry, their jet fuels. This is like a spaceship. This was where all the fire's coming out, and it's just taking a little break. Its engines are getting ready, and then the third one's going to go like this, off the charts, to the moon, and then beyond. Somebody needs to make Buzz Lightyear their to the moon thingy. Somebody make that for me. Okay, so if you want to, you can look at this thing and try to grab it in the sweet spot, but right now I'm not doing anything with this. 15-minute chart. You know the drill. Let's see here. QCOM, done. Qualcomm, look at that run. So Qualcomm is actually breaking nicely into the sweet spot. When do they report? They report on Wednesday. This thing is breaking up pretty nicely. I would wait until you have earnings and see if this thing can get a little bump up here, because you do have a lot to fight through here with your 100 and 200 converging on each other. Now, I will say, from a momentum standpoint, it looks like the 100 is about to break through the 200. So if that happens, you have to think about this. The quants, the computers, all of the computer trading hedge funds are going to realize this signal, and they're going to start pumping volume into the stock. So you might start getting that average volume once these things happen. So watch out for these quant funds. They do their thing very well. Boeing. Okay, Boeing. Oh, poor Boeing. Boeing never can catch a break. So if Boeing drops, so they're the ultimate 50%er. Well, they're not the ultimate. The ultimate is CCL, which reports this week, I think. So we'll take a look at them. So let's draw our 50% lines. So here's Boeing, epic fall, tried to recover. If people that lost all this money said, if I can just get half my money back, they get half their money back, they sell. Comes up here, they sell. Same thing, they sell. And it just cannot break through this number confidently. It can pop over for a little bit of time, but it can't stay up there. So right now, you have a pretty strong resistance point at probably 200, and this is probably at 228.81, which is 200-day moving average. So what would I say here? My suggestion would be ignore. Put it on a watch list and go from there. All right. X. Okay. U.S. Steel. Can you please do U.S. Steel? It looks like it's running into a good long-term trade. This to me looks like it's running into a flagpole pattern, actually. And this to me, what is this? Is this earnings that happen? September 28th. No. What is this? I don't know why. I don't know why it moved up like this. Somebody tell me. But if I see a move like this rapidly on a steel thing, I look at this saying, okay, something funny is going on here. At some point, steel doesn't just jump like that. I mean, let's look at U.S. Steel here. Do you see any gaps on here except for this gap right here? Do you really see any gaps up like the one that we just had? Gap down. I don't really see anything. I'm looking back here into 2019. I see one gap right there up. So to me, and what happened after that? And it fell right back down here. So I look at this saying, okay, this is weird. Steel doesn't just jump unless there's some crazy news. So I expect this thing to fall back down here. If you want to try to grab it over here or on a 15-minute chart, go for it. But I'm telling you right now, guys, be careful with this one. I'm sure it's news driven. I'm going to read some of your comments right now, and you can tell me. Is anybody saying anything? No. X moved on CLF earnings. So U.S. Steel moved on Cleveland Cliff earnings. Wonderful. That's exactly what you should be thinking. This company should be more valuable because Cleveland Cliff. Yep. Perfect. All right. Tariffs. Good. That's why we're moving things. What else do we have? DLTR. Love Dollar Tree. What a phenomenal company they are. And they put this is beautiful. And they put themselves in the right, I mean, look at these W formation. They put themselves in the right markets, breaking up through its all-time high. I would love to see today have a little bit, pull back a little bit and keep going. That is exactly what you want to see from them. Let's see here. Candles. Yep. Perfect. Stay in it. If you're in it, stay in it. If you're not in it, probably a little bit too late to get in. Here looks like a tasty swing trade. So it does, with the exception of 4 things. These 4 major moving averages. That is my only issue here, and the stock market is now open. My only issue is you're going to have to get through here, and to get through here, you're going to need this. And it doesn't look like you have this. You need volume. But everything is looking perfect. If it can just move up and just hold right here today and just close maybe at the 200-day moving average, that would be good. Yeah, PP. I responded to you within a matter of like 15 seconds. Let's see here. XOM. Somebody asked me about that this morning. I will stick around and do 2 more stocks. Let's see here. XOM. So XOM is just going to keep moving. Let's see. It looks like they're just starting to do a little bit of consolidation here, and they're just consolidating a little bit. So with Exxon, keep a watch on this. If this starts to go like so, and that red line starts to roll under, that's when you want to get out. But this thing is looking like it's really good. If you break out to a new all-time high, just keep sticking with it. And their daily even looks like it's making some kind of reversal, so that's great. Starbucks. We'll do Starbucks, and then I'll do one more. Okay, Starbucks. Buck of the Star. So they reported earnings, and that was that big gap down. And this is, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and... Where's my pen? Give me 1 second here. I want to write this down because... SBucks. Because this is looking pretty good. This gap is going to need to fill, so I'm just going to keep a watch on this and see if I can grab something out here because this does look like a gap that needs to fill. Let's zoom out just a touch. Yep, it's holding a pretty strong support level. This is looking really good. All right, give me one more, and we will go from there. All right, I'll do 2 more. I'll do Baba because it's just like the daily thing, and I don't want to do it, but I'll do it. And they report when? They report on when? Thursday? All right, so you need to break out above this level to make any kind of position on Baba. And this level is going to come when this thing moves into the sweet spot. So if we want to look at our daily candles, if you want to do some kind of swing trade here, I think it would be It would be fine. But still, you need engulfing candlesticks, which you don't have. So, all right, last one. DFS, Discovery, the one that got away. You know, I sold puts at this thing at $15, $20 back in here. Yeah, I did very well on this one, but I could have done better. But whatever. All right, you can always do better, right? So this thing is just, man, this thing is going to bottom out here. This is a very steep fall, and this is a very strong support line, and this is dating back to April. So, and you're sitting at the 200. I wouldn't worry too much about this. You're getting immense selling volume. You're getting immense selling volume because it dropped below the 100-day moving average, and those quant funds came in and shorted the hell out of this thing. So you can see that it's you're starting to get that rollover on your stochastic. So that sell-off is pretty much over. It's going to stop at the 200. The quants are now going in and buying that stock. So instead of selling short. So Discovery is going to be fine. I would just keep watching it, throw it on your watch list, and roll on from there. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Smash the like button for me on your way out. It would be great if we can get to 200 because I don't know how we had 500 people watching and 97 likes, but everything will be just fine. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Bid and Ask Nation, write this down. Saturday, 9:30 in the morning, I'm going to be going live, teaching a little bit, answering your questions right here. Don't forget about Friday. We have the book club with Paul and myself. I think it's chapters 12 through 15 of The Psychology of Money. If not, double check in the Discord in case I'm wrong. But what a great book that is. So that will be at 10:30 in the morning on Friday. Tuesday, nothing. Thursday, live stream, private live stream. So we're just going to be here all the time for you, going and doing different things. So go get the software. Come join me in the Bid and Ask. You guys have a wonderful day. Later.